Guys, how we doing? So one of the common questions that we get, especially when people are first starting out, is about building this power team. Okay, let me define what power team means to start with. So that basically means the team of people that you're going to utilize. So where do you start? Well, you've got to think about solicitors, you've got to think about brokers, you've got to think about your trades teams, you've got to think about maybe surveyors, letting agents, and maybe estate agents within that as well. Okay, so where do you start with this? It's advisable that you start as soon as possible building that team. What you don't want to do is get a deal secured or get an investor and then be scratching around trying to get these people together, because you won't have relationships with them. And this is all about relationships. Any industry we're in, it's people to people, human to human interaction. Okay, so it's important that you have them people in place. Now, where do you find them? Well, this is where the property networking events can be really, really good, because you often get local trades going along there, and other professions, solicitors, surveyors potentially, and you can speak to them face to face and find out what their service is about. Similarly, at the property networking events, there's lots of existing investors there who normally will be happy to pass details over for recommendations. So always work on recommendations, and simply what I would do is pick up the phone to that person, introduce yourself. If it was a recommendation, say that a particular person recommended you to speak to them, and essentially you're a property investor. Now you invest in property, but also you work with a number of other investors who you help invest in property with a hands-free service, but regardless, you'd like to utilize this person's service. So essentially what you would like to do is get a feel for what they're about, how they work, what they do and don't like, and their pricing structure. And let's just start this relationship off. So that my conversation would go very, very, very much like that. It would be, hello, Mr. Solicitor. It's Sam here, and Dave recommended me to come and speak to you. Essentially, I'm an investor, and I work with other people as well who invest in property. Now, we're looking to do several transactions a month, and essentially, I'm just getting a team together who works exceptionally well, communicates exceptionally well. So I wanted to have a chat to you because you've been recommended to me. I just wanted to get a feel for what you guys do, how you do it, some of your processes, and also your pricing structure. Would that be okay? They're not going to say no, are they? Well, they might do, but oh well, move on to the next, right? And ultimately, for me, Mr. Solicitor, it's just about building them relationships. So as and when these properties come through, I can just pick up the phone to you. So, you know, when you're working with people, Mr. Solicitor, what's the most important thing for you in that relationship? Let them speak. The most important thing for me as an investor really is communication, right? I don't want you to be technically incredible, but then you won't pick up the phone to me, you won't answer me in a timely manner. I'd rather take a hit on the technical ability and have somebody who picks up the phone to me, will WhatsApp me, will pick up the phone on a Sunday. That's really, really important for me. If you're looking at trades, you might want to see some of their previous work. Do they have a website? Do they have a Facebook page? Can you go along and see some of their work? That's really important. But I think some people really overcomplicate this process of building your team. Literally pick up the phone, be honest with them, tell them what you're trying to achieve, and can they meet your expectations? And similarly, can you meet their expectations? So it's a process, right? Building a relationship just doesn't happen in one phone call. It happens over a period of time. So the faster you start this process, the better for you. I hope that helps. Any questions, let me know, and I'll speak to you soon.